What's good, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown. You guys know what it is, man. Hosted by your boy. Now, let's get back into another reaction, guys. We have Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who is supporting Meg the Stallion shooter, Tory Lanez. She is claiming that there is new evidence that is surfacing, proving that Tory Lanez is innocent, and it's clear that she doesn't really care about black women. It's clear that she doesn't care about protecting black women. And at the end of the day, I'm not sure who is trying to defend black women, because you have black men like Anton Daniels here, who is married to a black woman, who has no sons, who only has a black teenage daughter who I believe is about to graduate from high school just in a few years, maybe in a year or two now, right? So even she might be subjected to men like Tory Lanez, right? But in their mind, it's okay because they hate black women so much. They don't care if black women are being shot down in the street. They don't care if they're being subjected to trauma. The only thing they care about is making it seem like these men, these tethers, are completely innocent. Speaking of that, Anton is super, pro Donald Trump and pro immigration, and let's get these immigrants out of here. Meanwhile, you're sticking up for Tory Lanez, who is literally a immigrant.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. The last time the Manosphere ever was remotely doing any numbers and doing any good was when Kevin Samuels was alive, man. God rest his soul. Let's go into this Meg Thee Stallion clip and see what we have here.
2022, singer, rapper Tory Lanez convicted of shooting performer Megan Thee Stallion after a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie Jenner. Here's the story. They're at the party. After the party, they get into an argument. Lanez tells Megan Thee Stallion, dance, and shoots at her feet like a cowboy movie, hits her. Proof?
And this is how I know that Cuomo doesn't care about black women or about what actually happened. Look at how he described the story. They leave the house. As soon as they leave the house, Tory says, dance, bitch, dance. Knowing goddamn well that's not what the fuck happened. So, on top of that, Cuomo, wasn't your brother like a fucking criminal? Right, Cuomo? Wasn't that your brother? Right? That was arrested for crimes and shit? Andrew Cuomo? Yeah. Wasn't that your brother? Right? Chris, now that I think about it, yes, Chris Cuomo, career at CNN ended in December 2021 after revelations about his involvement in assisting his brother, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, during the governor's sexual harassment scandal. Right? CNN fired Chris Cuomo after documents revealed his role in advising his brother and his staff, which included pressing sources for information on accusers and helping to shape responses to the charges. But now here you are again, right? So in 2021, you didn't learn your lesson, Chris Cuomo. You lost your job supporting your brother, Andrew Cuomo, who was convicted of sexual harassment. The investigation was led by the New York Attorney General, okay? And guess what? Your brother, he lost, bro. He was the governor, and he was still out here committing sexual harassment against women. Now, right? Now that Meg Thee Stallion is finally trying to get some peace, you, Chris Cuomo, right, who Anton is backing up here, you lost your job, millions of dollars at CNN, because you wanted to back up your fucking brother who want to commit sexual harassment against women. Against women, bro. And you using your fucking pull at CNN to make it happen just shows me that everything you say in this is going to be disingenuous. You support sexual abusers, Chris Cuomo. Anton Daniels supports you, so he supports sexual abusers. But this isn't surprising to me, right? We got clips of Anton saying, "F those children, throw them out with the bathwater," right? That's just the facts. And just like we can't keep young white women away from niggas like Chris Cuomo and his brother and Harvey Weinstein, we can't keep black women away from niggas with money like Anton either. It don't matter. It's like shit and flies. They always come together, right? I'm just here to clean up all the mess afterwards. That's all. That's all. It's always going to be some bullshit afterwards, right? And it's going to be a sexual predator or his brother and a supporter of sexual predators like Anton, who works with Aaron O and Team Fatty. You know what? Let's keep going.
Testimony of Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and DNA evidence on the weapon that convinced jurors to convict. Pretty simple, right? Maybe not. Turns out that DNA, only a 0.01% chance that the DNA is from Lanez. He's always made.
You never see white women sticking up for regular, average black men like this. You never see a state representative saying, hey, hold on. Y'all trying to get that nigga Lamy locked up for slashing Michi's tires? No. Do y'all have proof of this? But y'all got a warrant out for his arrest? That's not cool. Oh, the young lady, the daughter says she saw it. Does she got proof? No. But guess what Illinois police still did? They still put out a warrant for that nigga Lamy arrest. Clearly, had he been a Canadian R&B bandit, he had state reps looking out for him. Oh man, Michi lied on motherfucking Lamy. He didn't really do that. Evidence supports otherwise. Every time black men get some money and black men get in a situation where they can prosper, is always white women like Representative Luna and other white bitches that's trying to get black men to literally behave in the worst ways. Let's keep it 1,000. How old is this nigga Tory Lanez, man? Cause y'all don't even talk no real jail talk. This nigga Tory Lanez is 32. When this nigga get locked up? This nigga got locked up in 2023, 2 years ago. Man, this nigga only got 8 years left, dog. And on top of that, he might not even do the whole 8 years. And y'all sitting up here crying about this nigga. 10 years for a gun. 10 years for an illegal gun, discharging a weapon, and shooting somebody. Where I'll take those 10 years any day of the week. And then y'all want us to feel bad. Oh my God, Tory Lanez got stabbed up in prison. Oh my God. Meg Thee Stallion must have put out a hit on him because she has a history of being such a fucking gangster. Right? This how y'all just make up fucking narratives. Oh my God. Soon as the prosecution reached out to Meg Thee Stallion's attorney, a few days later, Tory Lanez was stabbed up in jail. Sound like somebody got the best of his bitch ass. Cause I saw the Mexican that put that work in. Bro, that nigga look like an old man. That nigga look like he at least 50. Skinny as hell. They be trying to make the Mexican niggas look like they scary because they got tattoos over. I'll smack the shit out that Mexican nigga. On top of that, he's in jail for deleting a 13-year-old girl. So it's fuck that nigga, period. Straight up. Tory, you let this man walk up on you and stab you up? You's a hoe. And we still haven't gotten no motherfucking actual details of how he got into your cell. Was y'all on the yard, right? I've seen niggas like Tory in jail. These niggas get a little bit of money and think that they run the whole facility. And your dumbass learned the hard way. Stupid. I'm gonna say the same thing that y'all said about Megan. I wish he would have gone ahead and completed his mission. Yeah. I wish he would have completed his mission. That way we don't gotta keep going and fucking dealing with trying to bring Megan into the spotlight about some supposed lies. That way we can leave Megan the fuck alone and let her live her fucking life. You fucking losers.
Maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to 10 years. So this is really about the testimony. Lanez, so what happens? So he goes away, recently stabbed 14 times in prison. Many say it was a hit. Okay.
Many say it was a hit. Do many people who say it was a hit have any proof that somebody actually conspired against this nigga? Let me tell y'all something about jail. Jail, when you go to jail, everybody is tribal, right? Mexicans be with the Mexicans, blacks be with the blacks, Aryans be with the Aryans, right? If they know that you're a rich dude in there, right? This is what I think happened to Tory personally. What I think happened to Tory is they found out that he was one of them getting money niggas. You feel me? Everybody else on a cell block starving. This nigga pulling up to court in a Lambo truck. This nigga eating steak breakfasts and shit in jail. I mean, that's what they saying. Say, cuz eating burgers and shit, french fries and shit. So he getting a better treatment than the average motherfucking prisoner. And his gang's in jail. You gotta understand what I'm talking about. So if he not really tapped in and he don't got nobody that's willing to, go to bat for him and protect him, then them niggas gonna extort you. That's step one. They'll come to you and say, hey, cuz, we know you got this money. Either you're gonna pay us this amount of money or there's gonna be problems afterwards. I believe Tory being, the high-head nigga that we know he is, he thought that he was still dealing with Meg Thee Stallion and Kelsey, right? I ain't paying you motherfucking shit. I'm Tory Lanez. I'm the baddest motherfucker from Canada outside of Drake. Right? They said, all right, cuz, we'll get it with you. All right. You ain't paying? All right. Catch cuz slipping. He get 14 stabs. You know how mad somebody gotta be, bro? To put a knife in and out your body 14 times, bro. They would think as soon as they hit you with that first laceration, that nigga bleeding out. That nigga, he losing a lot of blood. Let me walk away, cuz, he might be going after this. No, that nigga stayed there. And after the first cut, he hit that nigga 13 more times. And y'all talking about something, oh, that was just a hit. That was just a hit. No, nigga, that was personal. Because you can't come on niggas' yards or come on niggas' blocks and expect because you got money, shit gonna be cool. I tried to tell Anton that years ago. I'm gonna get back to this case, man, in a second. But I tried to tell Anton that years ago. Well, I'm from Detroit, even though he's not. He's from fucking Waterford, 40 miles north of, damn near an hour north of Detroit. I'm from Waterford, man. I got a Rolex. I got Versace glasses. Cool. Come with all that shit. When you come to our hood, come with all that shit and see if you get respect. No, bro. You're not getting no respect just because you got money, nigga. You still a fucking loser. And that's why Tory Lanez ended up stabbed. It was not because of Meg Thee Stallion. And Chris Cuomo, whose brother is a sexual abuser, has no proof that Meg Thee Stallion set up Tory Lanez to be shot 14 or stabbed 14 fucking times. But they're running with this narrative to make, at this point, I'm going to start calling Meg Thee Stallion the fucking godfather. I'm going to start calling her the fucking boss. Because if she getting niggas knocked off, I haven't seen Anton, I haven't seen none of y'all niggas get nobody knocked off. But let me guess. A woman from fucking Texas with no mother, no father, no brother, no relatives is getting niggas knocked off. Oh, let me guess. Because she associated with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Child. I'm done.
Okay? Because new evidence is about to come out. All right, a little conspiratorial, but he was definitely stabbed.
What?
Because new evidence is about to come out. All right, a little conspiratorial.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You're trying to create a fucking conspiracy against Megan, and it has no legs to stand on. Just say you don't like black women. Oh, my bad. Because your brother is a fucking sexual abuser. Just say you don't like women at all. Now you're on News Nation because you can't be on CNN no more because you're a fucking bum. Because you support niggas like your fucking brother who would sexually assault women that he hired. Oh yeah, baby. Come on, be my secretary. What all do I have to do, Mr. Cuomo? I'm really good at facts and papers. I'm really good at printing. Bitch, are you good at sucking dick? Damn. Damn. But Mr. Cuomo, you're the governor, and I thought that you were a married Christian man in this patriarchal Christian society that you guys built, based on morals and principles. Yeah, bitch, that was all a lie to keep those niggas in check and black women in check. In real life, we don't give a fuck about these morals. Now, after you done faxing that paperwork to Trump, come suck this dick. Oh, Mr. Cuomo, I'm gonna have to file charges on your bitch ass, cuz. That's exactly what happened to him. I still remember that shit. I still remember Chris Cuomo coming on CNN trying to defend his brother. We don't know if the allegations are really true or not, man. We have to look at every single undeniable fact. Now this nigga sitting around here with Tory Lanez dick in his mouth. Pathetic, bro. Absolutely pathetic.
But he was definitely stabbed. Lanez supporters believe that the
He said, Tory Lanez was definitely stabbed. Until I see that nigga coming out the hospital looking like Tupac Shakur after he got shot at Quad Studios in New York City. When Tupac got shot, he came out the motherfucking shit with bandages on, a bandage wrapped around his head, bandage wrapped around his goddamn chest, bandage wrapped around his goddamn hand and arms. He was literally fucked up. Nigga, haven't nobody seen Tory Lanez? We don't know if that nigga fucked up or not. And again, if he is fucked up, fuck him. We don't give a fuck about Tory Lanez. What is wrong with y'all niggas, bro? As a matter of fact, let me put this out here right now for Tory Lanez people and for Meg Thee Stallion people. I will personally fight Tory Lanez for free. Yeah. Go ahead and heal that bitch ass nigga up. Put him on some oxycodone or whatever the fuck y'all need to put cuz on. I will personally beat the shit out of Tory Lanez for Meg Thee Stallion myself. Don't need no coochie. Don't need her number. Don't need nothing. We don't even need no gloves. We don't need no 8-ounce gloves, no 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. None of that shit. I just need cuz wherever he at. That's all we really need. I'll be damned if this was Diamond Dynasty. If this is one of my sisters and niggas talking about some, oh man, your sister, they found shrapnel in her foot. And this nigga went to jail for it, but, you know, we don't really care about your sister. We just care about this nigga. All right, bet. Say less. Say less. Now, when I put this word in with the family and we get on your ass, don't say nothing. That's how I would have played it. And let me say this, too. If Jay-Z is protecting Meg Thee Stallion at the fullest extent, then I give you a round of fucking applause. Protect Meg Thee Stallion. Half of you niggas don't like Meg Thee Stallion because she look better than y'all wives. She look better than all the girls that you paying, Anton, like Island Girl Q. Fuck out of here. You niggas is so mad that y'all could never have a woman that looked like Meg Thee Stallion. You're mad because Kamala Harris gave her an opportunity to even further, right, her audience by sitting on the stage doing the presidential fucking campaign. Y'all some hating ass niggas, bro. And she's a college graduate. And I'm sitting up here looking at a fucking C student who, after his YouTube channel got broke, he begged YouTube, please let me back on YouTube because this is the only thing that I got that's fucking successful. Broke ass nigga.
the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Now, I could give a dare because he was definitely stabbed. Lane's supporters believe that the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock.
Oh, because the media has always treated Jay-Z with so much niceness. Oh, the media is not treating Tory fair because Meg Thee Stallion is represented by Rock Nation. Let me go ahead and tell y'all niggas something. Y'all keep getting this wrong. Meg Thee Stallion owns her own record company. Stupid. Okay? Meg Thee Stallion owns her own record company. She produced music, she produced videos, all at the cost of Meg Thee Stallion. What Rock Nation does is distribution. Okay? They distribute her music to places like Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, which is owned by Jay-Z and Rock Nation, right? So, I mean, and again, certain people like Kanye West is not even on Tidal anymore. He's not even on Tidal anymore. And speaking of Tidal, that's a black-owned music streaming platform like Apple Music, like Spotify, like Pandora, or the rest of that shit. And y'all still, all y'all who say, "Oh, don't spend money at Walmart," DEI. Don't spend money at Target, DEI. Don't spend money at this place, DEI. 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 DE fucking I. I ask these same black people, do you have an account with Tidal? Or do you have an account with Spotify or Apple Music? Oh, I got an Apple Music and Spotify. I'm done with you, motherfucker. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Always playing the fucking victim.
Nation. Now, I could give a damn about Jay-Z or his company.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jay-Z feels the same way about the company you keep, your brother, who was a fucking sexual predator. How the fuck you become the governor of New York and you still can't get no pussy to the point where you gotta take pussy? Bro, y'all niggas lames. Straight up. Y'all lames. Your brother is a uncircumcised fucking bandit. That's what he is, big dog. He's a fucking loser. He's a fucking loser. And what? We supposed to be cool with your brother just because? No, nigga. We know you never cared about Jay-Z, and we don't care about you and the company you keep as well. It is what it is, big dog. We don't like sexual predators.
This just wasn't a case on my radar until now. Why? Anna Paulina Luna. She is a representative from Florida. You see her here on a regular basis. She says she's got new evidence, says it wasn't him. And she joins us now.
There you go, Anton with his bullshit. He did all of that just to introduce this white woman. We have Anna Paulina Luna, who she got new evidence. No, we have a white woman trying to launch her political career just like fucking Marjorie Greene Taylor. It's no different, bro. It's no different. It's you know what's crazy about politics is they literally let in white women with no education, no degree, no motherfucking background in politics, and because she wear a fucking suit with a skirt and she has the complexion for the protection, now I'm supposed to believe that, oh yeah, Anna, she's a state rep and she's just tapped in with the police and they're handing all the evidence over to a state representative. Bitch, who you think you killing? Who you think you kidding with this shit? You know how many cases I done fought? State reps don't get access to fucking information like this. This information is directly handed over to the court and to the prosecution. But again, you have a white woman. As long as it's a white woman saying it, now let Michelle Obama had came out and said, you know what? I think that Derek Chauvin is guilty. Guilty. For those who don't know who Derek Chauvin is, he's the one who had his knee on George Floyd's neck. These black bandits like Anton and these sexual harassment lovers like Chris Cuomo, they're gonna be the main ones quiet. Right? They're not gonna back up Michelle Obama. Matter of fact, they're gonna go against Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama can do something as simple as say, hey, I don't feel like going to the inauguration today. I just don't feel like it. All of a sudden, she's a fucking mammy. She's a bad wife, right? She's about to divorce her fucking husband. This is the narratives that they go along with, that men like Anton go along with. But let somebody speak on Anton and his unfortunate looking fucking wife. Now all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, there's a problem. I don't want nobody talking about my wife, man. My wife never did nothing to nobody. We've been married for 15, 25 years. But he can speak on other people's families and wives and sisters. Fuck out of here, Mark.
Before she jumps in, let me just say this. This don't even sound believable. It never sounded believable from...
Just like it didn't sound believable that you're a millionaire and you do stuff in the community. It don't sound believable when you have a girl from Texas, an island girl Q, who is a fucking immigrant, saying, "Oh yeah, I know for a fact that Anton gives back to the black community. Oh, I know for a fact that he gives back to the black community. I've seen what he did in Patreon. I've seen this. We don't believe your bullshit, bro. Let me skip past this shit, man.
From the very beginning. Dance.
Fuck out of here.
Actually,
APL, it's good to have you.
Thanks, Chris. Happy to be back on. And thanks for taking a look at this case.
No, listen, you tell me to take a look at it, I'll look at it. But why did you look?
Working with a man whose brother was sentenced for sexual harassment and somebody who lost his job due to the fact that CNN investigators found that he was trying to assist his brother. And this the man that the women go to. This is why I don't trust some of these women out here. These same women that says, "Oh, we just want justice. We just want justice." You're working with a man who tried to help his brother who is convicted of sexual harassment, right? And that's why he lost his job. Mrs. Luna, why aren't you helping Chris Cuomo get his job back at CNN and disproving those white women that said that Andrew Cuomo, the brother of the man that you're talking to now, Chris Cuomo, right? Why didn't you go help his case out? Is there because there's no evidence that supports that he's actually fucking innocent? Isn't that what you're doing right now? I gotta support Tory. There's too much evidence that's to prove that he might be innocent. What about my man's brother? You got any proof of that? Oh no, so that nigga actually is a predator, right? And you're actually talking to his mans. That's why I try to tell y'all, black men, stop trusting these white women. I try to tell black women that, but black women don't listen to black men. So I can only tell them so much. I can tell them, hey, don't trust that girl Luna. She crazy. They gonna do what the fuck they want to do anyway. They're gonna have to learn the hard way. And then when they come back, they're gonna say, "Oh, Darrel, I learned the hard way." I'm gonna say, "Yeah, your ass show the fuck did." Right? And it's crazy because black men are standing with this white woman who's a state rep, no law degree or nothing. But when Kim Kardashian actually started to use her law degree, her actual law degree, to help black people and get them out of jail, niggas was too concerned with her body count. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Look at it. I mean, this isn't your jurisdiction. I don't know you to have any connection to any of these people.
Yeah, so as you know, we are on oversight and accountability. And so this case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose. And
This case was flagged for me by Amber Rose. Again, politicians, they don't want to be caught up in black culture. They don't want to be caught up in nigga culture, but they always find a way into black culture. Oh, Amber Rose is not black culture. She's not even black. Yes, she is. She's a part of black culture because y'all black men and black women allow her into this motherfucker. Oh, it was just black men.
And the reason why I took
Black man was fetishizing her. Nope, I was around. I saw Amber Rose doing a slut walk, and I saw women of every goddamn race, color, body size, age. It don't matter. A lot of those hoes was supporting her. They were saying, "Oh yeah, it's okay to be a slut. It's okay to be sexually free." Which, personally, I don't give a fuck about. Right? You're going to be sexually free? Go be sexually free. But don't complain about what happens and comes with that. Don't complain. Just live with that. Just live with that. Let's keep going.
Particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01%.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. Hold on.
Particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction.
So Amber Rose presented information to Representative Luna, and now in her office, outside the presence of the prosecution and the judge, right? That's usually what lawyers and prosecutors do. They both attorneys from both sides meet with the prosecutor and the judge in the back. They talk about what they want to do for her. They keep going. But no, Representative Luna, she's to be believed because motherfucking Amber Rose, of all people, brought her evidence and they sat down in their office and talked about it. And now she's beyond reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez is fucking innocent.
Shut up, silly woman.
This is what Trump be talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna take it there. This is why Trump be saying he don't want some of y'all women practicing politics. It be shit like this. You're not focused on reparations. You're not focused on actually helping black people, black men and black women. You're not focused on getting black women equal pay rights, right? No, what you're focused on is getting the black man who is not a fucking American, who is holding the fucking pistol that he should have never fucking had. You're interested in getting justice for him. That's how far our fucking country has got. That's how bad our country has gotten. We're not even defending Americans no more. We're defending fucking immigrants.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Every day, bro. Every day, bro. I can only imagine what it feels like to be in Meg's shoes and have to deal with this shit on a consistent basis. Child, let's go.
And so, as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention, there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also, too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself. Also, there's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. And so what we're saying is really there was a case of he said, she said. The evidence wasn't actually respected and properly adhered to actually in the trial. And then they also were doing something that I would find pretty wild and egregious. They're actually submitting his lyrics for rap as
Aw, they were submitting Tory Lanez lyrics for rap. Aw, guess what, bitch? It happens in all cases. It happens in all cases. It happened in Young Thug case. It happened in YW Melly when he made that Murder on My Mind. Every day I wake up, I got murder on my mind. AK Mac 11s, AK 40s, Glocks, and 9. I didn't want to have to kill that nigga. I got him by surprise. Then he died inside my arms. Blood all on his shirt. Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. Nigga, we just saw a whole motherfucking trial with Young Thug when they use all of his lyrics. I feel like it's totally unfair that they're using Tory Lanez lyrics. You talking about the lyrics where he had a horse and he was chopping it up a horse legs? You know, a horse like a stallion, right? You talking about those lyrics? Oh, so maybe you should go talk to the prosecutor down in Chicago and say, hey, you can't use Lil Durk lyrics against him. I will only accept Anna if she go free Lil Durk. You go free Lil Durk, you get Durky off them RICO charges, we good. I'll even accept this Tory Lanez bullshit. But if you only fucking with Tory Lanez, that tells me you don't like black women. That tells me, because if you want justice, right? And if you don't like people lyrics being used against them, where the fuck was you at when Young Thug was going through this for the last 2 or 3 years? You were in Florida. This shooting with Meg Thee Stallion happened in California. This is not even your jurisdiction. The shit that happened with I'm so blow right now, bro. With Durk and them, right? From the motherfucking King Von shooting that happened in Atlanta, right? There's things that's close to your jurisdiction that you actually can handle. Like figuring out who killed King Von. But that doesn't matter to you. Right? Because you don't give a fuck about Tory Lanez or Meg Thee Stallion. You care about your political career. And then there's always going to be a black man, whether it's Shannon Sharp, Jonathan Majors, Anton Daniels, or the fucking angry man, who comes in and say, no, we can trust these white bitches. It's almost like y'all didn't learn nothing from watching Sinners. Nothing. It's almost like y'all didn't learn nothing from watching Shannon Sharp lose $100 million. Or watching motherfucking Jonathan Majors lose his opportunity to be the next fucking Thanos of the fucking MCU. All because y'all like the way these white bitches just talk. I can't stand y'all niggas, man.
Evidence to the crime. So look, first and foremost, you have to have a free and fair society. That means we need to respect and uphold the justice system. So I actually reached out today to Gavin Newsom's office, and we are requesting an emergency meeting. We're also working with other Democrats.
I would decline that meeting. Just because you request a meeting with Gavin Newsom don't mean I gotta answer it. Bitch, you don't even have no jurisdiction here. I don't care what you're talking about. Oh, but Gavin, there's some new evidence and we need to have a meeting right now. Otherwise, the little Tory is going to spend the next 8 to 6 years in jail. Oh my God, we can't have that. And then they said they're going to send him back to Canada. Oh my God, it's such an awful place. Fuck out of here. We don't care about Tory Lanez. Fuck Tory Lanez. Straight up. And his father, and his fucking lawyer, and everybody else that fuck with Tory Lanez. And Tory, I don't want to hear nothing from a nigga that got shanked up 14 times, bro. That means you let niggas walk up on you, you soft. Literally soft. Mark ass. But you'd be the same one talking all that gangster shit. That's what happened when I see niggas who want to be gangster all the time, right? Those are usually the ones that never been in gangster shit. Real gangsters don't walk around trying to be gangsters 24/7, bro. Trust me. There's nothing cool about this shit. But when you do get behind bars, and I always try to tell niggas this, right? Jail culture and real life culture are two separate fucking things, bro. When you get behind the bars, niggas are going to ask you, what did you do first, right? They're going to see if you a liar, right? They're going to see if you're going to say what your paperwork says. You know what Tory probably was in there doing? Oh man, they got me and they got a good black man. I was about to buy BET and then they railroaded me because they don't want to see the black man own nothing. Blah 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 blah. And real niggas don't want to hear that shit, bro. Because the next step is, all right, so they railroaded you. Let me see your paperwork, cuz. Cuz it said you shot a woman. It says that you told her to dance, bitch, dance. A black woman. Yeah, no, cuz we can't let you slide. And also, let me help y'all out too. There's California prisons, and then there's prisons across the world. There's no prisons in America that's worse than California prisons. In California prisons, you're gonna find Bloods, Crips, fucking Tainos, right? You're gonna find them all there, bro. And they banging heavy. They putting in work. You don't believe me? Go talk to the motherfucking Black Sam and Nipsey Hussle family. They putting in work on that side of town, bro. Trust me when I tell you this shit. Right? Y'all think shit a joke. Until y'all, same thing with Biggie Smalls. I'm going back to Cali. Nigga died in Cali. Nigga could have stayed in New York. Could have stayed in Brooklyn. Where he was safe. And he would never say it. And Diddy would never admit it. But you made the song I'm going back to Cali after Tupac died. It was almost like y'all was saying, well, now that we knocked off our number one op, we can go back to his hood and just run around that bitch like it's all good. Not knowing there was niggas that actually loved Tupac, Amaru, Shakur. And they was gonna step on shit until they figured out who was responsible. And now Biggie Smalls is dead. Y'all be playing too many games. Too many games, bro. Let me keep going, man.
Specifically to the California delegation, but I think that this is something that's pretty egregious, that the way that this was handled, the way that it was. I think that it was largely driven by headlines. And aside...
Oh, this is pretty egregious. You know what's egregious? White women like yourself voting for Donald Trump, knowing that he was going to take away y'all rights to have baby deletions, to actually have contraceptive health care, right? Now, this nigga Trump, took away women's rights for them to do what the fuck they want to do with their own body. Then this nigga took away Medicare and Medicaid and food stamps. But I thought y'all was saying he gonna make America great again. You know who? Because they saying, well, only black people care about food stamps being taken away. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? The number one person on food stamps is the white woman. And poor white people are already complaining about Donald Trump. I work in Wisconsin every single day. And every single day, I meet people that voted for Donald Trump. And every single day, I meet people that say, I regret voting for Donald Trump. And you know what I tell them? Yeah, I voted for VP Harris. But I have no beef with Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, if Trump was here, I'd smoke a blunt with cuz and everything. But that nigga would never get my vote in a million years. Because I'm smarter than that. Oh, Darrel, we're gonna make Detroit great again. We're gonna make black men great again. You're not gonna have to work a black job. You can get any job. Yeah, that's why I'm not voting for you, cuz. Could you say shit like that? Black jobs? That's why. Goofy ass.
From the people involved and the parties involved, obviously I take domestic violence, I take this very seriously, Chris, but I also take very seriously the fact that I do believe, based on the evidence.
My mother always said anything got the butt doesn't mean shit. I take domestic violence seriously, but I also take seriously, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up, silly woman.
You don't take shit seriously except your ability to garner more political views for your party, for yourself. That's all you care about. That's all y'all white people care about is power. Even the poor fucking dirty ones that's living in trailer parks, they do it like the same exact shit, bro. Except on a bummier level.
That I've seen that Tory's innocent. And I think that it sets a really bad message when you have someone of his stature and also to someone.
Oh, so it is about his money. It sets a bad precedent where somebody of his stature is going through this. So it's not about the principle itself. So if he was just an Amazon worker and he was going through this, you wouldn't give a fuck?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
That is as influential as he is, it's being wrongfully incarcerated. And that's exactly why we wanted to use our megaphone for a good reason and help get him his pardon, which I think.
And I think that he deserves a pardon immediately, because if there's no DNA evidence on a gun,
we don't give a fuck about.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care. Jerry.
I think that he deserves a full pardon right now because the evidence. Shut up. Tory ain't getting no full pardon. Let me see the last immigrant that got a full pardon. Where is that at? Trump pardoned. The last person that got pardoned that was an immigrant was Cesar Lozada, who was a Cuban immigrant who had been convicted of conspiring to distribute marijuana and served a 14-month sentence. President Trump granted him a full pardon on December 23rd, 2020. And guess what? This man also owned a cleaning business in Wade County. So again, it looked like, and I looked through a few of them, it looked like Donald Trump only pardoned immigrants who were selling drugs, but who also own businesses. Literally, specifically, they says that this man, Cesar Lozada, who was sentenced to literally 14 months, that's 1 year in jail, in 2 months, basically, right? He already owned a pool cleaning business in Miami, and he employed over 24 people, which let me know he didn't only have a marijuana business. He didn't have any gun charges. He didn't have any negligent discharging of a weapon. He didn't have any illegally owning a fire weapon. He didn't have any woman saying that she was fucking shot by him. No, he was simply a marijuana dealer. Marijuana. Of course, he's gonna get a fucking pardon for that, bro. That's not even a crime really no more. Why the fuck would I hold somebody for 14 months because they sold a bag of weed? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Our country is going down a fucking hole. Where we advocating for niggas that shot at women to get out of jail. But you know what I'm saying? This is the same men that say black culture is trash. The black culture is trash. Let me go and say if I can figure out, Anton got strips of shit he always say over and over and over again. We represent and we pedestalize the worst people in the society, the strippers, drug dealers, rappers, and all the rest of that stuff, instead of pedestalizing the guy who goes to school. We're gonna throw a party for the uncle who just got out of jail on murder charges, but then we're not gonna celebrate the guy who just went to college. Meanwhile, they're literally trying to get a nigga out of jail who was being violent. But I thought the black culture was trash because we would celebrate our uncles who got out of a 20-year bid, but not throw a party for the kid who went to college. Which I thought those were called open houses, right? I thought when kids go to college, we have an open house. People come over. They see what university the kid going to. We eat snacks, cheese and crackers, drink wine, and go home. What are you talking about? Again, hypocrisy. The manosphere and most of the men in these spaces, they live in hypocrisy. Again, you're trash as the black culture for wanting your uncle to get out of jail and celebrating that. But they're not trash for begging and licking on Donald Trump nuts to see if he'll fucking give Tory Lanez a pardon. Oh my God, bro. This is what we're talking about.
And the only thing that you have is testimony from the person that was jealous at the time, that also lied in an interview that said that she didn't even have sex with.
Nope. That's not the only testimony they have, idiots. They talked to Kelsey. Kelsey was granted immunity. How you think she was granted immunity, Anton, if they only spoke to fucking Meg Thee Stallion? How you think Kelsey was granted immunity? Who you think gave her immunity if she never spoke to nobody and they never took her side? This is what I'm saying. Y'all listen to disingenuous people and you're always going to get this type of result because they're not trying to tell y'all the real story. Kelsey was granted immunity by the prosecutors. That's the only person that can grant immunity. Period. Why? Why would a prosecutor give a star witness, right, that can turn the trial in either way? Why would they give them immunity? Full immunity, bro. She can't even be retried again. You wanna know why? Let me tell y'all what happened. Let me go ahead and Anton, and all you Tory Lanez lovers, I'm about to help y'all niggas out. I do believe that it was Kelsey that shot Meg. I do believe that. Yeah, I do believe that. And I do believe that Tory Lanez tried to break it up. This the problem, right? Don't matter what the fuck I believe. What happened is Kelsey went to the prosecution and said, look, A, B, C, and D happened, but I'm not going to tell you nothing unless I get full immunity. They give her that immunity. She tell whatever story that she told to the prosecution, and now Tory Lanez is in jail, bro. Y'all keep blaming Meg Thee Stallion for Tory Lanez being in jail, but the only person that was granted immunity was Kelsey Nicole. That's the person who really put Tory Lanez in jail, right? And how do we know this? By Tory's own fucking shit. Oh man, I had to protect 2 black women. I didn't want a mother and Kelsey, who has a son. I didn't want her going to jail, and I didn't want Megan being shot. That means Kelsey was doing the shooting, and Meg, again, was the victim. I'm starting to believe that they don't teach critical thinking no more, and that's a problem. We need critical thinking classes because clearly you motherfuckers are missing something. Child.
Put it more, they wasn't romantically linked when they absolutely were. That's pretty insane. That's 100% insane. And I think that 100% he needs to be freed. And the thing that bothers...
We don't care what you think because you also think that reparations don't fucking matter. So nobody cares.
Bothered me the most about this whole situation is that he was convicted in a court of public opinion before he ever got a trial. He was put a gag order on. She was able to talk. Obviously, we know record labels and marketing was involved in that because she was a heavy investment. And now she's crashing out and trying to make it seem like he's still guilty. And it seems as though he got set up in jail and was stabbed 14 times. That's not right.
Bro, nobody knows if Meg Thee Stallion set up this nigga Tory. Why y'all dick licking like this? And even if she did set him up, prove it, bro, and do something about it. You ain't gonna do shit about it but cry on the internet. Mark ass. Like I said, bro, going to jail in California is something different because you're gonna be dealing with immediate gang members, bro. Immediately, bro. No matter if you go to jail in LA, you go to jail in Oakland, you go to jail in Long Beach, you go to jail in Sacramento, it don't matter, bro. You're gonna meet niggas with flags in there, bro. And if you're not part of them, no matter who you are, it's gonna be a problem. And again, I know how gangsters love extortion. It's one of their favorite ways to make money. I can sit on my ass, let that person make the money. I pull up on them. They gonna give me that money or they gonna take a L. I promise y'all, Tory Lanez is being extorted. And I promise y'all, this is going to come out that Tory Lanez is being extorted in jail. He tried to be tough like he did with Megan and Kelsey. And they show him that we're not Megan and Kelsey, little Canadian boy.
Absolutely is not right. You cannot convict a person in a court of public opinion, which they did that first. And then the second thing is you cannot just throw somebody under the bus and ignore the justice system and endure evidence or withhold evidence that would allow for him to be able to be free. That's 10 years of this man's life. He almost came within an inch of dying, was stabbed 14 times. That's pretty egregious.
Sound like a Tory Lanez problem. How did my mans get that close up on him? How? Because Tory's soft. That's how.
That's pretty egregious. And anybody, including all of these women that continue to stand on this and act like he still deserved to be in prison, shame on you. And please stop talking about how you protect and how you stand up for black men, because you know that's a lie.
He'll get.
So Luna, who did it? I mean, she says and her friends say that he did it. And who else would have done it? And what proof do you have to support that? I get it. Maybe they didn't make the case the right way with the weapon, but who did it?
Cuomo, I don't want to hear nothing from you. You was fired again from CNN after CNN found out that you were supporting your brother, Andrew Cuomo, who was the former governor of New York City, who was charged and convicted with sexual harassment. I didn't understand why they even talking to you, dog. I thought that you was discredited. But now you got a shit called News Nation, which is like a fake CNN. I've always been out to sue your ass, bro. Because really, again, Luna, how are you sitting next to a man that lost his job at CNN because he was supporting a sexual predator? Now, Representative Luna is being attacked on Twitter, quote unquote, because of her Quiz Cuomo, and she has said, well, Cuomo was just defending his brother. Gaslighting. I would defend my brother too, even if he was under sexual, you know what, child.
You know, Chris, that's not for me to weigh in, and that's definitely for the judge and the jury. But what I will tell you is it's not for me to weigh in, and that's definitely for the judge and the jury. But what I will tell you is based on the evidence that we have, the evidence that we have says that he wasn't the guy. And so I do think that Gavin Newsom has some great attorneys that will look at this, but I'd also like to point out that the prosecutor specifically on this case that initially brought the charges is a very interesting prosecutor. Look into who ran him. And at the end of the day, you know, I think Hollywood, as you know, Chris, and politics does overlap, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened there. So look at the evidence for yourself. We've posted it for the entire world to see, to determine for themselves. And I know that Tory's legal team actually has an incredible case. And so we are.
Tory legal team does not have an incredible case. Tory legal team is fucked. That's why Tory got 10 years, because his legal team was trash from the beginning. They never had a chance. After Kelsey said whatever she said to get that immunity, it was over. Y'all need to go talk to her.
Are calling on Gavin Newsom to issue that pardon immediately. And also remember, he was almost killed in jail. I actually talked to him today on the phone, and he said that once he does get out, once he does get this pardon, which I do feel confident that he'll be getting, he's going to work extensively in prison reform, because this should never happen to anyone.
It shouldn't.
Anna Paulina Luna, this is a really interesting one. I've never covered a situation like this before, but
you never covered anything like this before. Let's end this segment on what happened with Chris Cuomo's brother, Andrew Cuomo. Right, I'm just going to show you a quick little news article, so that way you guys can see this is a disingenuous man. I've never covered anything so heinous. Never ever in my life. Right? Oh man. Let's go ahead and look it up, bro. Andrew Cuomo investigation reveals New York governor sexually harassed multiple women. Surely these good white women are not lying on you. I thought that was something that only women like Meg Thee Stallion do. What is this about? You know what? I'm just going to let this one right here play, child.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. The calls for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign are growing louder, with President Biden saying tonight he should step down. And that's after New York State's Attorney General put out a...
Damn. Not Andrew Cuomo doing so bad that Joe Biden had to make a public statement saying, yes, the president, I think he should step down. Damn.
Damning report accusing Cuomo of sexually harassing at least 11 women.
Damn. 11 women had proof that you sexually harassed them, Cuomo? Then to the point where your own constituents said, yeah, I think it's time you step down. Damn. Oh, you thought you was Donald Trump, huh? You thought that you could have Stormy Daniels and all the rest of you thought you was Donald Trump. You're not Donald Trump, nigga. And they taught you the hard way. Stupid.
The Democrat is accused of improperly touching some of them, including a state trooper who protects him. Cuomo denied.
Damn. Even a New York state trooper who was a woman said that Cuomo tried to touch her. Child. Let me guess, she's a liar. But let her arrest a black man in Brownsville, and he called her a liar. No. She automatically is to be believed. She's the New York finest. But now when she said that, yeah, the governor tried to touch my ass, tried to fuck on me multiple times, she's an automatic liar. Got it.
Denies it all. In a taped response, he said he hugs people all the time to convey warmth. The details from the report could put Cuomo in legal jeopardy. It is a remarkable fall from grace for the governor, who drew national acclaim for his daily briefings in the early days of the pandemic. And as we come on the air, he's quickly losing political support. Besides President Biden, the entire congressional delegation from New York is calling for Cuomo to resign.
Damn. The entire congressional delegates. The entire New York congressional delegates said that they wanted him gone. Everybody. But his brother, who was fired because of him, right? I'm supposed to believe his reporting about Meg the fucking Stallion. Let's keep going so I can show y'all who we really dealing with here.
And in a moment, we'll hear from one of his accusers, Charlotte Bennett, a former aide who Cuomo addressed by name in his response today. But we begin with CBS's Jerika Duncan reporting tonight from Albany, New York. Good evening, Jerika.
Good evening, Nora. When we stood here in front of the state capitol back in March, many lawmakers here in Albany said they wanted to wait and see the results of this investigation before they took a position on whether the governor should step aside. Well, tonight, top leaders within the assembly say they've lost trust and confidence in the governor and that he can no longer remain in office. The long-awaited findings of the independent investigation are damning. The report says Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women and violated federal and state laws.
Damn.
I believe women, and I believe these 11 women.
Damn.
The office culture in Governor Cuomo's executive chamber is pointedly described as toxic, hostile, abusive, and vindictive.
Oh, damn. But these are the ones that know the truth about Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all lucky I'm not on her team. I'll be saying, hey, Meg, that nigga Cuomo talking shit again. Let's go talk to those 11 women. That girl Samantha, she using her name and face publicly. That means she on your ass. You know what? I'm done with these PDF files and these men like Tory Lanez that abuse women. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Okay, should we listen to sexual abusers and their brothers and listen to what they got to say about women being abused when them themselves are causing harm to women? You know what? I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in the comments. Bye.